Thank you, Graham and VMware, for your partnership, and I promise I'm going to work to help you get to that 50% workloads here in the UK. Thank you very much. Our next presenter is focused on healthcare and the Internet of Things. Let's see if I can get my note screen. Philips is the name of the company, and Philips is solving for the challenge of connecting 7 million devices daily with the Rackspace managed cloud. And what we're going to do here is play a little video for you to introduce what Philips is up to. I'm sorry, we're not going to do a video. Let's just skip that, and we're going to please welcome to the stage from Philips, Dijkhoff. Please come up. Sorry.
Thank you.
I had a video, but I just...
Oh, that's okay. Good morning, everyone, and it's a pleasure to be here. My name is Dijkhoff. I work for Philips Electronics. I manage for Philips what we call the HealthSuite device cloud. And I have a background in data centers. I used to be the Philips data center program manager. So let me quickly take you through what Philips' strategy is about, how Philips is evolving from the company, what it used to be, into the company, what it's going to be. Talk a little bit about what platforms and what a device cloud interest and what a device cloud brings to this. And finally, I will be talking about how we're going through this journey with the help of Rackspace. So actually, Philips used to be a company, which you all know, an electronics company, a lighting company, but also a healthcare company. We've sold off our electronics company, our parts, so TV sets and audio equipment is no longer manufactured by Philips, still branded Philips, but no longer manufactured. If we look at our lighting solutions business, just late last year, we split off our lighting solutions business into a separate lighting business. And thirdly, what we're stuck with, and that's not nice to say, but we're in a health business. And what Philips is going to do is going to be touching the lives of 3 billion people by 2025 with all the innovative health solutions that we can bring into the marketplace. So the big problems that Philips is trying to solve: population health management, population health services, people with COPD, people with asthma, people with obesity, etc. But also the healthy living and prevention area. So there's quite a bit of areas where Philips is trying to help to solve all the big health problems that we see. How are we going to do this? Well, we're going to be building some, as you can read, patient-centric solutions, making use of all the new technologies that are out there, making use of social media, gathering data to basically analyze, to get better solutions, to create algorithms, to prevent reoccurrence of diseases. But we're going to collect this data from all kinds of data sources, from small devices in people's homes, from sensors, but also from wearable devices around your waist or somewhere else, and in hospitals. So Philips is collecting petabytes of data around image studies being done globally, and all this data flows together into our data stores where we can do the analytics and then come up with new algorithms to make help people live better lives. So what we're going to, and how are we going to do this? So actually, what Philips has designed now is what we call the health continuum. And what's the health continuum? Is actually looking at how they live their lives from being at home, living healthy, until maybe you get sick, you go to a hospital, and you have a diagnosis. You go into a treatment in a hospital, then you recover, and you go from hospital to home, and you live at home long ever after that. In this space, people transform from being, let's say, consumers into being patients, and even back into being consumers. And this is a tricky challenge to solve. How do you deal with privacy? How do you deal with the identities of those people? How do you deal with all the care providers? How do you deal with all? So Philips has all kinds of solutions already in place in all those typical areas and all those verticals. And in all those verticals, Philips can help people to live healthier lives. But we're going to change the way we did that, because all this data was in vertical solutions. It was all into separate systems, isolated systems. So what we're going to be doing, we're building a platform. We're building a platform that is going to bring all this data together. This platform is a platform which we call the HealthSuite Digital Platform. And if you look up at the Philips site, www.philips.com/HealthSuite Digital Platform, then you can see what we're trying to do. We're going to make use of the technologies, Internet of Things, big data, analytics, mobile, social media, and all those technologies will come into play into a platform where we will collect this data through our device cloud at the bottom, where we will collect data from devices, where we will store this data into our big data, and we'll do analysis, where we will create applications and manage the user identities around this. And on top of that, we will open up this data with our open APIs. So this is a solution a platform which we are building. And this platform, we're not just building for Philips. We're building this platform for everyone to use. So, of course, the platform will replace and will be supporting Philips' own solutions, but it's an open platform where everyone can make use of our open APIs and program solutions against that, making use of the data with all the proper consent, etc., and that is made available in the platform. My responsibility in this platform is the connected device cloud. So for 5 years, I'm now responsible for managing all the device connectivity of all those devices. The majority of the platform is being developed. This is one part which is relatively, or very mature actually. So let me just play a small video to explain what the device cloud is about.
Philips HealthSuite Device Cloud. When connecting devices in the Internet of Things, not all clouds are created equal. Now you can get the reliability of proven experience, stability, and security from a leader in innovation. Introducing the Philips HealthSuite Device Cloud. Highly secure, highly scalable, and robust connectivity services for your devices and mobile apps. We bring more than 10 years of experience connecting millions of devices on a global scale, in a wide range of industries and domains, including yours. Our HealthSuite Device Cloud offers a platform-as-a-service solution, so you only pay for what you use, and avoid the cost and effort of setting up and supporting your own back-end. So you can focus on delivering the best experience for your customers. Here is how it works. Using our Device Cloud SDK, any device or app can connect directly to the device portal. Information is retrieved from your product's online services and sent back to the device through unique encryption keys, which authenticate and manage your devices and route them to the right services, including firmware updates, remote device control, and device diagnostics, all delivered securely and smoothly. At the same time, you can collect data from connected devices, giving valuable insights to improve products and services, reduce costs, and create targeted marketing campaigns. Meanwhile, consumers enjoy the benefits of a more connected world. For example, an air purifier connected to the HealthSuite Device Cloud not only monitors and purifies the air, it can be controlled remotely by a smartphone from anywhere, so the air is clean when arriving home. Or a connected blood pressure monitor can feed measurement data through a home gateway device to the cloud, where it is tracked, aggregated, and fed back to a mobile device, giving a person real-time insight into their own health. When paired with applications in our larger HealthSuite digital platform, the data can be easily shared, so both a patient and care provider can make more informed, personalized care decisions together. Through the HealthSuite Device Cloud, companies with connected products in the Internet of Things can create a seamless experience for consumers, wherever they are along the health continuum, in their homes, environment, personal health and well-being. Innovation and you. Philips.
So, this video showed what the device cloud is, and what may not have come across in the video, but the device cloud was initially started as a consumer supporting product, supporting connected TVs, supporting connected internet radios. Already 10 years ago we started doing that. And now we're moving this technology, and we're moving this technology stack and those capabilities into the health domain. So rather than only connecting stuff in the devices in B2C, we're also connecting in B2B and in different industry domains. So let me give you some examples. So in the personal health space, we're connecting air purifiers. Air purifier on the screen is actually was launched last year in China. We're supporting that locally from China. The connected toothbrushes, baby cameras. And with things like a baby camera, you need capabilities where you are able to watch your child, whether it's sleeping all right in bed, but if you want to give your parents or your grandparents also access to watch this camera, you need to establish this quote-unquote pairing relation between the baby camera and the app that your parents are running. So all those services come into play. Pain relief patches, personal care, wearables, connected coffee makers. Yeah? Into the health space, that's where we'll be connecting all kinds of health devices. We're already connected with our bigger healthcare medical systems, and then moving on into lighting. I know some of you may know the Philips Hue lighting system. Yeah? The connected lighting is connected through the HealthSuite digital platform, through the device cloud. And all those apps and all those devices communicate through this platform, where we are making sure that your device is updated with the right firmware, where we're making sure that you can remotely control your device when you're outside of the home, etc. Outdoor street lighting, more in the B2B space. Yeah, managing lighting in the streets and other lighting, professional lighting solutions. And then finally, we're not only delivering those services to Philips and Philips devices, but also to thirds. Of course, the old Philips brand of products are connected through the device cloud, but also other brands that are making use of the capabilities. We're now fully busy with onboarding wearable devices and collecting data from wearable devices, but also getting data from other devices, getting data from your Fitbit, or getting data from your Apple Watch, or getting data from your Samsung Gear or whatever, and getting this data into the HealthSuite digital platform. So all those devices seem a little bit different, whereas they all share same kind of functionalities. They all need to be identified and authenticated. This is really the correct device that is connecting to my platform. Is this device really the device that sends the data across? Is that really the blood pressure meter of this individual that is that it claims to be? So it's authentication, authorization, remote control service, talked about that, firmware download services. So pushing firmware out. What we saw with consumer devices, and what we're more and more going to see in the professional space, is that products will get updates during the lifetime. So products, especially in consumer space, which is not so much controlled as the health space, products go out and product is not perfect. So firmware update is a really important service to make sure that you can still update your product once it's out in the field. And you want this also to be really cheap. Talked about pairing relations. Data collection is actually the most important service of them all, because it's not around the capabilities of the device, it's around getting the sensor data, or getting the behavior of the device, or how many cups of coffee and what strength did I make it, or getting the blood pressure measurements, getting this into a backend. So that's data collection, key provisioning, call center support, remote diagnostics, all those services we have put in place to make this a cloud platform, actually. So you're only using this and you're only paying for when you use it. When you don't use the product, you don't pay. It's a real platform as a service. Let me now move into how we're supported by Rackspace in this. So actually, we came from a history. I came from a history. I was a data center program manager. I came from a history where we had like a contract with a hosting provider, which was bad for Philips as well as for our supplier, which was a contract in which we got the lowest price, and they did everything in their power to push more services in, and we did everything in our power to push more, to push the costs down, and that really didn't work. So when that contract had to be renewed, and in the meantime I became head of the device cloud, said, well, specifically for this part, which is more in the internet space, in the Internet of Things space, I want to have a different setup. In the past, it used to take weeks to spin up a server and to get the design approved and to get it implemented and to get it paid and to get the approvals. And what I wanted is work with a supplier and with a team that could really, on the spot, create services for us, really know what actually the services are that we are providing and how we're using those services, so that they understand when something's going on, how they can really fix it. We started with a fully private cloud solution, and with this fully private cloud solution, that was, let's say, the simplest transition from our own data centers and our existing data center provider into the private cloud with Rackspace. But that also had to do with maturing, had to do with security, had to do with maturing. So on our side, we had to mature our platform, and we're now moving parts of our platform into Rackspace public cloud. But it also had to do with security, had to do with all the Philips rules and regulations around putting stuff into data centers. So I actually hosted since 2012 the Rackspace data centers in London, where we started off. In the meantime, we're also in Chicago with some small instances in Hong Kong and Houston, trying to cover for our global spread. And we're connecting more than 7 million active devices. So these are devices that come back to our platform every day, who do 140 million calls to our platform. So we can see from the trends when people are awake, when people are starting to move. And we capture all this data. When a device connects, it gives the latest firmware status, it gives the IP address, it gives performance statistics over the connectivity. And we collect all this data into our portals. And we're now in the works to implement a Hadoop solution to be able to better analyze and log this data. We're using Hortonworks solution for that. So what's the high-level architecture? I'm not going to go in details. There's a nice picture, and I think you all have these kind of pictures. But it's more than 300 servers for our platform, and also hosting some specific customer applications that make use of our platform. So we're using intensive private cloud, a lot of the public cloud. We're using all the services around this, but also we contracted with Rackspace. We said, whenever we have a master agreement with Rackspace, whenever we are requesting additional services, we always want all those security services to be included. Also, other parts of Philips that want to make use of this master agreement always need to put in these additional security services, which you can all read. So finally, for me, the key takeaways: dedication, right? Working in an intensive with the records, with the account team. I see them there in the far end, working closely with the account team and with the dedicated team for Philips. Really helped us to move into, helped us to mature. Yeah. Well, we first move into the, as I said, move into the private cloud, and now we're moving into public cloud to get some cost efficiencies. And it's maturing together, right? So maturing on our side, but also maturing on Rackspace's side, getting to know our services and how they can even help us to a larger extent. This was my presentation. Thank you.